You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Black Hollywood Live's The Trend. I am Derrial, Christon, and joining me again in the house is Courtney Stewart.
We're back.
We're back. The
The
quarantine and lockdown did not shut us down. You know what I'm saying? We are still producing some shows. But we got a special guest today. Excited to have him. He's doing big things. Nyambi Nyambi is in the house.
Hey, what's going on? Great to see y'all.
Welcome.
Good, man. Glad you could join us. I know it's been crazy out there, but I'm glad that you're able to come in and talk to us today.
Yeah, me too. It's been insane, but it's glad to see faces and talk to people.
I actually got to start off by saying this. You inspired me, man. I think I need to legally change my name to Derrial. I think that'll work better for my career.
Yeah, no doubt. I think, you know what? That's what I'm doing.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to change our first name to last name. Some people from last names to first names. We got to do it. We got to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's a movement. Like I feel like that sounds way better than what I got currently.
But we got to talk about this setup, though.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The setup behind him. Like, what is going on back there? This is looking real fabulous.
This is a little taste of who I am. You got a little basketball happening up there with my jerseys from high school and college. Got a little Star Wars action over here because, I'm a nerd, blurred, black nerd. Got, some stuff over here. Darth Vader on the side. You can't quite see it. Some Marvel stuff, comic book guy, So here you go.
Yeah, I saw some videos that you definitely like to attend Comic-Con. So I know that you got your video game and comic stuff going on.
Yeah. No, I love that world. I love feeding the imagination with comics. That art, the art that's there, the variety of art, it's like Candyland.
Yeah, especially Comic-Con.
Yeah, exactly.
How you been surviving, man? How's everything going being quarantined and on lockdown?
Man, well, I've been surviving by, of course, like I said, reading comics, but then drawing. Like I draw every day. I write every day. I watch a movie every day. Like I'm always doing something every day. Like I try to find routine and keep doing it and keep doing it. And then hopefully it becomes a habit once we get past all of this. Because, I think now is the time to form good habits.
I agree with that. What's been on your watch list as of late?
My watch list. I watched Better Call Saul. I watched all of that. Yeah, because I was a big Breaking Bad fan. Right. Yes. Thank you very much.
So good.
Big Breaking Bad fan.
Good.
Of course. So I watched watched Breaking Bad again, then watched El Camino, and then went all the way back, of course, went back forward because they're shooting it now, but like it's a prequel, watching all of Better Call Saul. So that Picard, watched all of Picard because I'm a Star Trek Next Generation guy.
I feel that.
Yes. One of the leaders.
I support that.
Thank you. One of the leaders in the fan club of the Geordie LaForge Club. So I can't wait. Hopefully he'll show up at some point in Picard. LeVar Burton. So we'll see.
He's the man. LeVar is the man.
That's my man. That's my man right there. That's my man.
Well, you've been doing big things, man. I mean, I've been watching you for a while. I know you started off in theater and, you worked your way through the network. You've been on so many shows. One of my favorites, Mike and Molly. I still watch the reruns, brother.
Thank you. My wallet thanks you.
Yes, residuals.
Exactly. Right.
Check,
Snaps to them residuals, brothers. Snaps to them residuals.
Please. Thank you.
And then, of course, now you're on The Good Fight, man, and that's been killing it. I mean, it's been, what is this, 4th season now?
Yeah, season 4. It's 4 amazing seasons. Each year, like we go deeper and we go like even further out there. I mean, the first episode alone of this season was just like trippy but like awesome and amazing with the What If episodes.
Yeah, and then it's like it's got an all-star cast. I mean, you got Delroy Lindo, Audra McDonald,
Fire.
I mean, everybody, so many
Fire.
people, you got a full cast of people that just are representing and have been in the game for a while too.
Yeah. I mean, working with Delroy Lindo and Audra McDonald and of course, Christine Baranski, who leads our show.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, Chris Jumbo, We have Sarah Steele, Zach Grenier, Michael Boatman. You know, all people who have done so much in television over the years, and then in film. I mean, didn't work with Delroy. You know, he's West Indian Archie to me. So like, you know, the fact that I'm getting to work with him has been like a dream.
I mean, he's a legend.
Yeah, a legend.
Legendary.
And then making him laugh, like, because he's so serious.
Yeah,
he's so serious.
He is. So, he's got that serious stature.
Yeah. So I mean, when he's laughing, he's smiling actually. Like his laugh is a smile. And but getting him to laugh has just been a joy for me. And you know, being with this cast and the amazing creators in Robert and Michelle King, like it's just like it's been a blessing to go from Mike and Molly, which has been a blessing in and of itself.
Yeah.
To, you know, a sitcom comedy, to a drama like The Good Fight. It's been I couldn't have it any better.
And it's showing your range.
Yeah. What was that?
Well, I was going to say, what did you do? Because you did mention like going from Mike and Molly to going to The Good Fight. And obviously The Good Fight came off of Good Wife, which was an amazing drama as well. So going into that as an actor and a performer, like what did you do to sort of prepare yourself for that? And was it challenging for you to move into that drama space more, or do you feel more comfortable in comedy?
I prayed a lot. Because I was like, because everything happened so quickly. It was so fast. It was like, all right, Tuesday rolled around, and then I got this audition. It was like, hey, we want you to put yourself on tape for this show called The Good Fight. I was like, oh yeah, that's that one that was called The Greater Good, but way back when. Okay, yeah, I'll go in. When did they need it? Next week? They're like, no, we need it tonight. I was like, tonight? Oh, whoa, okay. All right, let me get this together, put it together, send it out that night. Then the next morning, they were like, CBS loves you. The producers love you. We just need to get one more person to sign off, and then if they sign off, you're flying out today. And I was like, oh shoot, okay. Wow. So they signed off. I flew out that day from LA to New York, and then shot my first scenes that morning, 6 a.m.
Man.
Yeah, like it was, the turnaround was huge. So then, like, I didn't really get a chance to like get a grasp of who this guy was. I just had to trust that I am the guy. You know,
I like that.
Yeah. So, and then of course, as the episodes and my time on set, evolved, I evolved, and the character evolved. So it's been a fun journey to find out, like, you know, who this guy is. Sort of, I mean, we'd have conversations, myself with the Kings, and just casually talking. And the next thing I know, something I said is in the script. Wow. As far as who the guy is. So that's why Jay's a penciler, somebody who draws, somebody who's into comics as well, in the graphic novels. So it's fun to sort of to build this character over the last 4 years.
Well, I know they've incorporated several of your traits into the character, but if somebody is new to the show and just watching you, how would you describe your character to them?
I would describe Jay DePersia as a listener, someone who is cool under pressure, doesn't raise his voice. That's one of the first things they said when it came to the script. But a nerd, like he's a closet nerd, you know, but not ashamed of it. It's just that when you see him, you know, whatever, how he's put together, whatever, you wouldn't know it unless he told you. But it's because of those things, as far as his love of technology, his love of course, comics, of stories, of storytelling or whatever. He uses those things to sort of like investigate, to find information. One of my favorite things to say, I got this from this documentary that was on this investigative reporter, actually 2 investigative reporters, who Jay DePersia is. He comes from the investigative reporting world. It was a documentary on Pete Hamill and Jimmy Breslin, who were great investigative reporters in New York. And one for the New York Post and the other one for the New York Times. And it was Pete Hamlin who was talking about how everyone has a public life, a private life, and a secret life. Public life is for all of us, right? The private life is invitation only, and the secret life is nobody's business. And that's Jay DePersia.
I hear that.
That's how he is. So,
How would Jay DePersia be handling the quarantine and lockdown right now?
Well, first of all, he would make sure that everybody at the firm, got all the right information, because there's a lot of information that's being thrown out there.
Yes, there is.
Contradicting information, and it'd all be all about finding the right information, and making sure that everybody at the firm is up to speed on what they need, what they have to do to protect themselves and their families. He would have been on it right away, and he would have social distanced everyone.
Everybody.
Like, right off the bat. He'd be like, no.
Immediately.
not even 6 feet. 27 feet. So
I hear that.
Yeah.
What would Jay say to our African American and Latino brothers and sisters out there right now that are getting a lot of slack because they are not quarantining themselves properly, and our numbers seem to be growing in that direction? What do you think? What advice would he tell them?
Well, no, I'm like, look, Jay would definitely say, yo, you got to protect your own. You got to protect yourself to protect your family. And by you not doing that to protect yourself, you're actually harming those people around you. You're harming your community. Early on, people were saying that because of our melanin, because of who we are as Black folks, we're immune to this, and then people actually still believe that. And it's because of that narrative that we are probably the largest group, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to people who are dying from this. Yeah. So it's very important to not only take care of yourself, because that's first and foremost. You got to take care of yourself by staying home, washing your hands, doing whatever you can, to keep distance. So you take care of yourself. Like when you're on a plane, when they're like, before you put your mask on somebody else, put yours on first.
Right.
That's what they always say. So you got to do the same thing. You got to take care of yourself first, and then you got to take care of everyone else around you. By taking care of yourself first, you're actually taking care of everyone around you.
That's true.
Listen, and then also corroborate all the stories. Like when you hear one story, corroborate it with another. Make sure that it's coming from a source that's viable. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we're getting information, some from the highest of the high, that is not vetted, and we just got to make sure. We just got to make sure we are sharing information.
Yeah,
we got to share information.
That's true.
We in this together, man. We don't do it alone. Don't do it alone, and don't be a rebel talking about it ain't gonna get me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Corona don't discriminate.
You know what I'm saying? Corona like, oh, you just say I am not gonna get you. Okay, I got something for you. No. So take care of yourself. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And look, I know it's tough. Also, wearing a mask, being told to wear a mask, being who we are as Black folks, I know it's difficult already, as far as being profiled and things like that. So I mean, hell, I want to create a mask that was a mask of the bottom of my face, so that when I put on the mask, you can still see the bottom of my face, but it's a mask of the bottom of my face.
That's really smart.
But
you might need to do that, man.
I might have to do that.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. If only these printing companies were still open. But but you got to wear the mask. You got to take care of yourselves and just be smart. Be smart. Stay safe. Stay sane.
I think this is like the first time that we can actually go into a store with a bandana on and not be profiled.
Exactly.
Or so you hope.
Possible.
Or so we hope. Right. You're right about that.
It's possible.
Yeah. It's for sure.
Well, people love the show.
You were talking about. Sorry,
go ahead, Courtney. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Courtney.
No, I was just gonna say we love the show, and just to circle back to that with your character, where are we gonna see him go this season? Because we have wanted a little more about his secret private life that we don't really get.
True. With Jay, I mean, look, the last few seasons, you'll get little nuggets here and there of who he is. Of course, the immigration episode, you got to find out about his sisters and about his parents, and the fact that my birth certificate was actually forged and that I wasn't actually born in this country. So we were able to tackle immigration in that episode. in this season, we're dealing a lot with conspiracies, dealing with how we navigate through the secrets and lies, and being able to find out and figure out what's true and what's not, and how do we use that information to move ourselves forward as a firm. Um, for Jay, you'll see a lot of my playful side, I think, towards the a little bit early on in the next couple of episodes. But like later on, you're going to see a little bit of my playful side. We have an episode coming up where we deal with one of the things that went viral. I think there was a video that went viral with Delroy Lindo's character, Adrian Bozeman, where he was talking to the reporters about the N-word. And we actually do have an episode coming up where we it's discussed. So I'd stay tuned. I'd stay tuned for that. It's great. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun this season, trying to figure out what this Memo 618 is all about, which is the mystery of the season.
The mystery. And then if you could write a storyline for your character, what would be something that you might want to incorporate into the show?
If I could write a storyline for my character in the show, it's a great question.
So many things out there to cover right now.
There's so many. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, like, I would love to continue to explore his home life in terms of, like, love interest, and because we started that last season. Jay had a girlfriend. But I would like to continue, like, developing that. The episodes I've loved this season are the episodes where I'm out in the field making it happen. Gathering information, playing myself, me and Marissa Gold, who's played by the great Sarah Steele. Us out there investigating together. Together we're RBL, because that's the name of the firm, which is Reddick Bozeman Lockhart. RBL, Rebel Investigations. Like creating some sort of series that's like centered around that. The person I would love to work with, because I'm a big Good Wife fan, was or is the woman who played Kalinda, Archie Punjabi.
Oh yeah.
Kalinda is one of the great characters ever, like, created.
Absolutely.
And to be a part of the pantheon, I hope I use that. That's the first time I've ever used that word.
That's a strong word. I like that. I'm able to steal that for myself.
Thank you.
You got it. You got it right.
Thank you. Of investigators, that have come through this show. It's such an honor, and that's someone I would love to have come back and have a storyline with.
That's dope.
On The Good Fight.
And then because you
love that too.
I'm sure they would, yes. And then because you work with so many great talent on the show, is there anything that you've learned personally for yourself, like by watching Delroy or Christine or Audra? I mean, you're already a successful actor, but we also, as we are around people that we look up to, we learn from them. And if there have been any things that you've learned from just working with them or just watching them on set?
Yeah, no, what I've learned, not only from them on set, I mean, I learned this when I was working on Mike and Molly, being that was my first big thing on television, is how to be a professional, how to be on a set. I learned that from Mike and Molly, and then I brought that over to the Good Fight set, where I just try to be, I try to be a joy. So no matter what, when someone leaves and goes home from that set, anybody from that crew, being from the lighting department, the sound department, hair and makeup, no matter what, the PAs, the crafty guys, anyone I come across, when they leave, I want them to, at least if they say, dag, I had a bad day, but at least I had one good moment. I hope that I'm the one that provided that. So I try to be that. And I learned that from working with my family over at Mike and Molly, and watching Christine, who's a great number one. She sets the tone, and so everyone. So it's a set that is, full of joy. I love having the backstage conversations with Kush Jumbo.
So Nyambi, we obviously just had a quick little technical difficulty, but you were flowing, man. You were talking about what you learned by being on set from Delroy and Christine and Audra and those type of people that are just killing the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, like I was saying, you know, Christine is just an amazing number one, and so she sets the tone for everyone around us, and so it's been great. And having conversations with Kush Jumbo backstage, who is a Nigerian Brit, and I'm a Nigerian American, and us sharing our stories has been awesome. Michael Boatman, us talking comics, obviously, because he's a huge comic book nerd himself, and Sarah Steele, and us just talking about, you know, our, you know, dating life and stuff like that. So it's just, it's fun backstage. We have a lot of fun backstage, and I think it translates through the screen when we're actually in front of the camera. Is great. And what I learned from Delroy is taking your time. Like really, like breathing, taking your time, trusting, and you know, don't rush in. You know, the fool rushes in. Don't be a fool. So Delroy, I've learned how to take my time, so I can allow myself to go there. And I think that's why some of the scenes that we've had are very powerful.
Yeah, that's a great advice, but you know, for actors especially, you know.
Yeah.
And then outside of The Good Fight, you also have several other projects coming up. You got Here Today, His Wake. Tell us a little bit about those as well.
Oh yeah, so Here Today is a film that I shot right before we started the season for the Good Fight, working with the amazing, incredible, legendary Billy Crystal and the hilariously funny, awesome Tiffany Haddish. We had a great time on that set, very playful, and I'm looking forward to that coming out. I'm you know, I was shooting a film called His Wake that a friend of mine is directing, just about a family, an art dealer who's an older gentleman who is dying, and how the daughters take care of him, and I play one of the significant others. And we were shooting that, and then the whole COVID-19, you know, thing. Because I was shooting that at the same time as shooting the Good Fight, and you know, for both things, they had to be shut down right away. Yeah, but I'm excited to get back into that arena to finish that film. I'm also you know, writing and creating my own stuff. There's you know, even though we're all shut down, you know, Hollywood isn't quite shut down. They're still taking meetings and still hearing ideas, pitches, and things like that. And so I've been pitching ideas, you know, while we stay at home.
And then that's actually leads me to my next question. We've all been affected by this so much in different ways. How do you think that Hollywood will look after this?
That's a great question, man. I really feel like this is going to be like, you know, how where it's like AD versus BC, you know, or you know, in terms of time. I feel like there's going to be like a before COVID and after COVID, and you'll really be able to see it, how it manifests itself, I think, through entertainment, through film. When I watch movies right now, the thing I notice is how much people touch their faces. You know, like just like how much
just
naturally they do that naturally, right? And then how just how the distance, like in terms of, you know, I always felt like there's a already sort of like this understood space that I give a person, that a person gives me, right? It's just, and that's why when people get too close, you're like, oh, come on now, what you doing?
Personal space.
What you doing, right? Bubble. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? 2 feet. But now that's, I feel like it's going to be larger. So it makes you wonder, like, well, like, what do you do with crowd scenes? What do you do with, you know, a scene that is, you know, as far as like with the Good Fight, when you look at like, you know, all the partners in the same room, you know, and all the associates, like, what do you do with scenes like that? The backbone of our show are the to me are the background actors.
Yeah.
The work they do makes the world believable, you know, and it's like, well, how do we navigate that? How do we navigate sort of the you know, the stories that take place in public? So there are a lot of questions that have to be asked and answered before we can actually move forward and create the things that are you know, ruminating in our imaginations. And so that's why I'm like, post COVID, I feel like it's going to look different, or at least how we handle. You know, LeBron James was talking about how the handshakes are going to look different.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're not going to see all, you know, I mean, all that. You're not going to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be like you're going to get the peace sign, like,
yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Bow.
Exactly.
Well, we're gonna wrap up soon, but what's one of the first things you're gonna do once this craziness is all over? I think everybody has a new evaluation of what that might be. What's yours?
Wow, I haven't even thought of that. Let me see. What would I do? The first thing I'm going to do when I step outside without worry of Corona is what? I feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's gonna be like, everyone's gonna be like, yes,
exactly.
Yes. What do I do now? You know. So I mean, I think, you know, hopefully it's something. You know what? I'm gonna go right to the basketball court and play ball.
I feel that.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
I know you got skills, so
yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put up a jump shot.
I feel that.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
And then where can fans find you on social media if they want to, you know, see your latest projects or just catch up updates on The Good Fight?
Yeah, if you want to catch up with me with The Good Fight, you know, I'll have a lot of projects in terms of, you know, showing off my drawing skills. Eventually, you'll see some of that manifest itself as I continue to learn and grow. But you can catch me on Instagram at Nyambi. N as in Nancy, Y-A, M as in Mary, B as in boy, I. That's my mama's moniker. That's how she does it. So I adopted that from my mama. And then on Twitter at Nyambi as well. There. So let's have fun. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Look forward to hearing your thoughts.
I love that. Courtney, where can fans find you?
100. I'm all over social media at Stewart Starlet.
And I'm all over social media at Derrial Christon. Nyambi, man, it was a pleasure having you in here today and just you dropping some knowledge on the show. Everybody tune in, CBS All Access, Good Fight. Watch my man Nyambi. He's doing his thing. And you got these other projects coming up. We're going to be checking you for a while, man, because, you know, I love hearing your story. And you're also very humble, which is appreciative in this industry as well.
No, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome and amazing. Thank you.
Well, stay healthy and stay safe, man. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content. And be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.